Want your company to thrive? Never hire anyone under 25. A recent survey finds that 3 out of 4 managers agree that Gen Z employees, those are born after 1997, are harder to work with than other generations. They're also too old to have sex with, said Leo DiCaprio. But in fact, some get fired less than a week after their start date. You know, that happened to me once when I took a smoke break at my job pumping gas. But many blame the pandemic for stunting their understanding of office etiquette, resulting in, quote, weird office behavior, including poor communication skills and an inability to conduct themselves in a business setting. That includes being on their phones during meetings, showing a lack of effort, and demanding special perks, even though they're new. Also, I hate it when they make eye contact in the elevator. I'm trying to pee. But perhaps Gen Z isn't totally to blame. As a conservative editor opines in the New York Post, Biden, progressives, and liberal media are teaching them to be depressed and fearful. According to a Harvard Youth poll, 54% of Gen Z feel nervous, anxious, or on edge. 52% have trouble relaxing. 47% feel depressed or hopeless. Quote, if Democrats are winning the war for the hearts and minds of America's youth, however, the price of victory may be the poisoning of those same hearts and minds. The party of hope and change has become the party of despair. So given that mindset, the real surprise is that they're showing up for work at all. And when they do, not a single one of them will agree to shave my back. Emily, do you agree with this? I mean, is it their fault? Like, imagine you're in a generation where everybody tells you the world's going to end in 12 years. Why would you work hard?
I guess, but I think on campuses, it's being fostered, and social media is such a toxic cesspool that they're not even evolving past some young, tiny, nubile age. They don't have executive functioning skills. They don't have a prefrontal cortex. They are literally different humans. But what appalls me and also terrifies me is that all of these things are always put in the office setting. Like, they're triggered easily, you know, they take naps, they don't make eye contact, they're not good communicators. But then in that article, it talked about in the medical field what is happening, and that is frightening. There was a physician in Arizona that talked about how her residents were all Gen Z. She said they literally are like, I don't really want to see patients. Nah, you know, I'm going to opt out today. She said they call her by her first name. They don't say like Dr. Bill or Dr. Lee, whatever. They literally, this will have an impact on us. We laugh now, I'm laughing, but in about 10 or 15 years, when these guys are doing our surgeries, it's going to be frightening. Back me up, Kevin.
Well, I hire these people, and what I've learned is I've got, you know, investments in 50-plus companies that are private. And we hire Gen Zs all the time. A third of their careers so far in their lives were done remotely. So they don't know office etiquette because they've never done it, particularly this last 3 years. And I'll give you an example I think just sums it up. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's reality. We're interviewing a young woman, spectacular resume for a finance job. And you really want to hire slowly and fire quickly. That's what I've learned. That's how you manage a business. You want to make sure you're hiring the right team member. First interview, fantastic. Second interview, really good. Starting to get interested. So I hadn't met her yet, and I want to meet everybody. She's coming to the top operating company. This is a big gig. So our HR woman calls her and says, okay, now you're going to get your third interview with Kevin O'Leary. And she goes, I only do 2. I don't do 3.
No.
And I said, go beep, 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 beep. I mean, that kind of arrogance.
Yeah.
It's
well,
just,
you're a transphobe.
Oh my gosh.
I am so glad that I didn't hire that beep. I mean, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's horrific.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we invested in her. We worked hard to get to.
No one wants to do multiple interviews. Interviews are painful too.
That to me said, okay, before we start this again, add a little age difference now. Like, throw up extra 3 years. Let's get somebody that's past 30. Let's get somebody who knows how this works. Because I don't want to waste your time, and I certainly don't want to waste my time. That was whoever worked with that person is a, you know, high school, they give you those coaches, whatever it was.
Guidance counselors.
Yeah, like, you know, career counselor. she didn't get one.
Yeah.
She missed that lottery.
I had one, but he just touched me a lot.
Yeah.
Chris, do you see this in comedy? Do you have young comics that feel entitled, like they should have a better slot on the night than you, because you've been toiling for now 30, 40 years, Chris?
Well, comedy's a good. I know, true. Comedy's as a woman. Comedy is just took one Bud Light. Comedy is one of those things where it's like you can play pretend.
Yeah.
It's just the audience doesn't care. The audience gives you 1 minute, and then even if Jerry Seinfeld walked up there, they're like, "Oh, it's Seinfeld." But then after that 1 or 2 minutes, like you need to be funny.
Yeah.
And so that's the beauty about comedy is like you can try to do this or do that or stronghold, but the audience will just be like, either you're funny or you're not. And that's what's beautiful about it. But in this world, corporate world, and just the young, Gen Z people, it's becoming like, I don't know, like, where is Gen Z just normal? Like here on the Western side, countries, they're all like, COVID or whatever. It's like, it's going to get to the point where like the only 25-year-olds you can hire, like, used to work for ISIS.
Yeah.
Like they're the best. They're just normal. So what? They cut a few heads off, but at least they're not going to do a TikTok and,
Yes.
in the office and me too me.
They know their gender.
Yeah, they just listen. You give them a room, let them go crazy with Allah a little bit, and then they're good. They work. They come in for the third interview.
They definitely come in for the third interview. Tom, do you see a link between how they're being taught, how the environment is treating them and how they be at work? Or?
Well, unlike Kevin, I only own 48 companies. So I don't have the same experience. But, I used to think that the Gen Z was lazy and everything. But after this whole COVID thing, I'm starting to side with them. Like, they realize most of these jobs are stupid. And, all these people if you spent 2 years at home on Zoom, you don't have a real job. Like, you're a jerk. And like, a Gen Zer should take your job because you're not doing anything anyway. They were all at home on Zoom because you can't fix a toilet on Zoom. So the real blue-collar people were all doing their jobs. And so these Gen Z people are realizing that any job where you go and work in an office, it's probably dumb, and and you shouldn't be doing it. I'm against.
Talk about blackface. Save yourself.
What do you think? Why do you do comedy? You don't want to work in a building, right?
Yeah.
For some dumb manager.
Yeah, but even comedy, at some point, the ChatGPT can do it. You know what I mean? Like, why?
Exactly. So all of these jobs are dumb. So all these Gen Z people, and they're thinking like, I have an app, I can go make my own living. I'm sure Kevin disagrees with me on this, but I think most jobs are stupid now. And in the future, even the doctors, I'm not worried. I'm going to do my own surgery.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, AI is going to be the new doctor because you're going to plug stuff in and you're like, hey, is this mole cancer? And it goes, and you get all the information from around the world, and it goes, yes!
I'll give you a stat you're going to like because, again, with the 54 companies, okay? Yeah. We made the assumption that 15% would not return, so we adjusted our real estate holdings accordingly. And we made the assumptions it was the people in accounting and logistics and compliance, the desk jobs. They're going to do it from home. Now, we're out of the pandemic. 55% won't come back.
Yeah.
More than half.
Damn.
Sales guys, they're not coming back. Saleswomen, why do I have to come back to the office? I'm selling. I'm out here selling.
Yeah.
All the people that have the rat pits in the basement, those little cubicles, it doesn't matter what their job was, they're not coming back to the rat pit. That's it. Because they've moved out of the city. They don't want to get killed on the way to work. Downtown San Francisco, war zone. LA, war zone. New York, death war zone. Like, nobody wants to do it.
That's true.
So,
I cannot victimize anyone anymore. It's so hard. All right, we got to move on.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.